Well, good evening. Welcome now to the Fieldhouse in Sikeston, Missouri. I'm Frankie Castile. The time has come. It is the opening round in the SEMO Conference, one of the premier tournaments in early December. The Mules will take on the Bulldogs of Notre Dame. We are live on the radio, we're live on Facebook and on YouTube, so sit back and relax as Mules basketball takes over the airwaves. We are live on KWOC. We want to welcome you back inside the broadcast booth here tonight. We are up top. Well, Tim and I are not up top. I am up top in the crow's nest. Tim is sitting courtside, upper bleachers. We are not near each other tonight, but that is okay because we've got the technology and the software that allows us to be away from each other as we get ready for a very critical matchup tonight between the Poplar Bluff Mules and the Notre Dame Bulldogs. Now, if you are watching us right now on Facebook and on YouTube, make sure and hit that subscribe button on the YouTube channel. Also hit that share button for us up on Facebook as well. You notice there's not a time clock right now in the bottom of the right-hand corner. That'll change. We are hoping that's going to change anyway. Tim right now is working on that as we speak, and we're going to get all of that cleared up, and hopefully by the time we get ready for this ball game, I know the scoreboard says it's 9-0 right now, Poplar Bluff. We were doing some testing on that. It's already fixed now. We're back at square zero. 0-0 is the where the clock should be and where the scoreboard is anyway. John Plum Sr. is tuning in. Glad to have you alongside Mr. Plum. Of course, he is hanging out right now in Lake St. Louis, the class of 1957. Glad to have you alongside, my friend. Let's talk a little bit about this Poplar Bluff Mules basketball team. They are coming in 1-1 overall this season. They began the 2024-25 basketball season, began the regular season 7 nights ago, where the Mules took on a very game Caruthersville. Mules got a 5-point victory in that ball game. This past Friday, the Mules took on a very good team out of Ladue. Ladue, that is, was able to really put together a really good second half of basketball, and because of that, that is the reason why they were able to get a big win over Poplar Bluff, 70-49. The Mules are now entering this ball game 1-1, and let's talk a little bit about the overall numbers here with the Bulldogs out of Notre Dame and kind of where they are as we speak. They began their regular season back on December 3rd, much like the Mules. They took on Fredericktown, and they got a big win, 66-28. And then this past Friday, they took on Charleston in Charleston. That game was all the way in overtime. It was a SEMO conference game for the Bulldogs, and the Blue Jays hung on to win in overtime, 65-59. In that ball game by talking to the play-by-play man of Notre Dame, talking about Rusty Hendricks. He tells me that in the ball game, the Bulldogs had all kinds of trouble shooting the ball from everywhere on that floor, and that is the reason why they were not able to get the win over Charleston. They are now coming in 1-1. They are 0-1 in the SEMO Conference, even though tonight's game is game 3 of the season on both sides. Mules have yet to have a conference game yet. The Bulldogs are coming in. They are 1-1 on the season, 0-1 so far in the conference. My good buddy Chuck Clark is tuning in. Glad to have you alongside, Chuck. We are having a blast, and we are just so thankful that we are able to get this game live on the radio and on YouTube as well, because Tim, let me tell you, Tim has been over there working. We got here at 3 p.m. on the dot. And he has been over there working very, very hard to make sure that we're able to get this game underway. So that is the good news as we get ready to bring you this exciting matchup coming up tonight between Poplar Bluff as well as the Bulldogs out of Notre Dame. By the way, the Bulldogs will be the home team on the scoreboard. They'll be wearing their white jerseys. The Mules will be the away team. The Mules, by the way, coming in to this tournament as a number 5 seed. The Mules are the overall 4 seed. You look at these two teams, honestly, I'm going to tell you, I think these two teams match up very, very well. I think it could have gone either way. I think Bluff could have been a 4 seed. I think that the Mules could have been a 4, or the Bulldogs, rather, could have been a 4 seed. Rusty comes over here like he owns the joint, started pushing buttons on my computer, Tim. Tell you what, you better hands off there, Rusty. We're going to get you tonight, my friend. Every time these two schools always meet up, it is always a fun time. The Bulldogs always bring out the best in Poplar Bluff, and I think vice versa. The Mules bring out the best in the Bulldogs as well. So we're getting started. We are just ready to go here tonight. We've got 18 minutes until we tip off. By the way, we're going to be talking live to head coach Will Durden of the Mules. That's on the way. Matter of fact, let's step away for 2 minutes. We'll come right back with more as we continue. It is the Mossy Oak Properties pregame show. We're back in 2 minutes live on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network. All right, so we are back here. It is 5:15 on the dot, and we are moments away now from Coach Will Durden. We are expecting head coach Will Durden to walk his way up here to the broadcast booth, and as soon as he does, we will have him live on the air, and we'll talk a little bit about this matchup, but more importantly, we're going to be talking about this game in general and where the team goes after the loss this past Friday night. That is on the way as we continue with our pregame show. Once again, being brought to you by our good friends at Mossy Oak Properties in Poplar Bluff. By the way, on a side note, we are wrapping up our big Christmas cash giveaway. Now, what is Christmas cash? Well, we are giving away $100 a day this week. However, we've had no winners yet. Tomorrow morning at around 7:05, 7:10, we're going to give away $300. Now, how does that work? I'm so glad you asked. We are asking Christmas-themed questions. Coming up tonight during our broadcast, I'm going to give away an exclusive hint on how you can win tomorrow morning. I'll give you an idea of what the topic is going to be over. We have not had a winner on Monday nor today, so I'm going to do my part and try to get us a winner tomorrow morning. So hang around. Let us know in the comments section if you want that hint tomorrow morning around 7:05. As long as you're the right caller, then you can win $300 in Christmas cash. We'll give that hint away a little bit later on tonight. We are waiting for the Mules to come back out on the court. The Bulldogs of Notre Dame, they are about ready to come out from their locker room as well. Let's quickly talk about the Mules here. We have not seen Coach Durden. He was here earlier on. He is with his team as we speak. The Mules this past Friday night over Ladue really got off to a pretty good start, I would say. They got off to a good start. By the way, good job, Tim, on the score clock. It looks phenomenal, by the way. Remember, Tim and I, we are not near each other, so we want to make sure that him and I are able to make sure everything works as well as it should. Mules taking on the Rams, and the Mules trailed by 7 at the end of one quarter. It was 19-12. The Mules actually cut it down. Mules outscored Ladue at 16-13 in the second quarter. But then in the third and fourth quarter, it was all Ladue as they were able to outscore the Mules at 38-21, giving them a 70-49 victory. In the ball game, Mules had 3 starters in double figures. Mules had Brendan Durden. He led the way with 14 points. Dallas Williams added in 13. Sammy Durden, he would have 10 points. J.R. Lathan, he would add 6 points off the bench, and then 2 points by Miles Johnson. Mules overall from behind the arc, 5 out of 22. They were coming in at 23% the other night. They shot only 8 free throws. By the way, the Mules now, Tim, they are coming out on the floor. You may want to show the Mules as they come out, and they get ready to set up right in front of where I am here at the scorer's table. And, of course, you look at the Mules once again, 8 free throws on Friday night. The game before that, the Mules took 19. You get the idea of where that game went on Friday night. By the way, the Mules ended up committing 12 turnovers overall, and the Mules scored 8 points once again off the bench. That is the Mules scores from Friday night. Want to welcome in now to our broadcast my good buddy, head coach Will Durden of the Poplar Bluff Mules. And, Coach, I lied to you. I said we were not going to stream, but here we are live in Sikeston. Tim's away from me. He wants to be over there, and I'm by myself.
No, I saw Preston and I saw Tim over there taking a bunch of space, and we figured that you were streaming, so that's good. It's good for our fans.
Absolutely. Let's talk about this team. I was talking about how good I thought we played Friday night against Ladue. Ladue's the real deal. Let's talk about Notre Dame. I think on paper, Coach, I like our chances. I think if we come out here and execute tonight, it could be a long night for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, you know, we were watching some of the games yesterday, and anytime you come in this tournament and play these teams, everybody gets up for it. The games are close and, really competitive, and it's a tough conference. It's a great tournament at the beginning of the year, great measuring stick. Luckily we got to play some pretty tough teams at our first 2 games of the season, and hopefully it'll carry over. But we always want to challenge ourselves. Ladue was a great team Friday. I mean, they did everything right. They shot the ball well, they moved the ball well, and they played good defense. And there's something that we want to look like, moving middle of the season, and so that's kind of what we're working towards.
A couple of more questions. You got the stats, by the way, on Notre Dame, right, that I sent you?
Yep.
Tell me how we stopped Colton Johnson coming in, averaging about 17 points the first 2 ball games. Oh, by the way, Brett Dohan, a senior, he is averaging 14 points. And then turnover-wise, not turning it over as much. Their offense about 11 times a ball game.
Yeah, they're a good team. I mean, it feels like we've been around these kids for a long time. They've been, playing and starting since they're freshmen. They got a good group. Dohan and Johnson are great players. Johnson was all conference last year. As far as stopping him, we got to keep a man in his face, and a hand, and check every shot, and we need to keep Dohan off the boards.
For the Mules, I think our key tonight doesn't lie in the starting five. I think the bench will come in big tonight. What do you think, and who do you expect tonight off of that bench to make a big impact for your Mules?
We keep preaching, energy and effort off the bench and staying engaged, and I think our guys have been doing a good job with that. Sometimes people are caught up with who starts, and really it's about who finishes the game. And we got some guys that's coming off the bench that we trust at the game down late. So if they continue working, and we'll again, as good as they are at the end of the game, then as good as we're going to be. So
9 minutes remaining, so in your mind to move on to face either Dexter or Sikeston, tell me how the Mules get this done and get one step closer to that title game.
We're going to have to check all shots, and we're really going to have to get through screens and communicate on defense.
Well, Coach, I appreciate the time. Thankfully, we're both wearing black today.
Yeah.
All right, Coach, best of luck. We'll see you guys afterwards.
All right, thanks.
Head Coach Will Durden joining us live. Tonight it is Mules basketball. We are so blessed to be here in Sikeston. We want to give a big shout-out to Frank Staple. He is the athletic director of Sikeston. He allowed us to come up here, and the cool thing about Frank Staple is he told me he understands the importance of media broadcasting. He understands that every team, whether you're Bluff, whether you're Notre Dame, whether you're Dexter, it doesn't matter. He believes in every hometown having their radio station, having their streaming services, and he's allowed us to come in and stream this game only because he believes the hometown fans, they deserve to have their hometown media covering their team. All right, coming up, let's step away, Tim, for 30 seconds. When we come back, we will have our starting lineups. It is on the way next on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network. All right, so here we go. Let's get to our starting lineups here tonight. And we're going to start with the home team on the scoreboard. That is because we covered the Mules. We can do what we want. All right, the Bulldogs coming in tonight. They are 1-1 on the season. They're being coached by Jeremy Brinkmeyer, entering this season with a record of 17 wins and, 14 wins rather, 17 losses. Winning percentage of 452. The assistant coaches are Corey Johnson, Mark Rubel. By the way, for the Bulldogs, their last district championship was back in 2019 and 2020. We believe off the bench here tonight for the Bulldogs, it'll be number 21, Brody Harden. He is a 5'11 senior. Number 35, Hudson Dennis, a 6'4 sophomore. Another 6'4 sophomore, number 43, Devin Danemuller. And now looking at the starting five, all seniors for the Bulldogs. It all begins with number 1, Logan Londaway. He is a 5'10 senior, averaging 4 points a ball game. Number 3, Colton Johnson, a 6' senior. He is averaging nearly 17 points a ball game. Number 5, Brett Dohan, a 6'4 senior, averaging 14 points a ball game. Number 11, Trenton Schumacher. He is a 6' senior, averaging 4 points a ball game. And number 12, Hunter Bonham, a 5'11 senior, who is coming in averaging 3 points per ball game. And now let's take a look now at the starting lineup for your Poplar Bluff Mules. For the Mules, they are also coming in 1-1 on the season. They're being coached by Will Durden in his 13th season, a record of 183 to 129, a winning percentage of 587. The Mules' assistant coaches are Aaron Duncan as well as Tyler McLevane. The Mules coming in, their last district championship, by the way, for the Mules, go all the way back to 2020 and 2021. The Mules are wearing their home white jerseys. Here we go with the first off the bench here tonight. Number 2, J.R. Lathan, a 5'10 junior. Number 5, Toby Duncan, a 5'11 sophomore. Number 10, Miles Johnson, a 5'11 junior. And number 24, Justin Briscoe. He is a 6'1 sophomore. Starting 5 looks a little bit like this. The Mules have 2 sophomores, 1 junior, and 2 seniors. Number 1, Markel Hurd. He is a 6'5" sophomore, averaging 2 points a ball game. Number 3, Jay Edmondson, a 5'11 senior, averaging nearly 6 points the first 2 ball games. Number 4, Dallas Williams, a 6'4 junior. He is averaging 13 points a ball game, 26th in 2 ball games. Number 30, Brendan Durden, a 6'1 senior. He is averaging 19 points a ball game. And number 34, Sammy Durden. He is a 6'4 sophomore. He is averaging nearly 10 points a ball game as well. By the way, the Mules averaging 30 rebounds a ball game so far. And you look at the other ones, the other big numbers, Mules averaging 14 assists per ball game, and they are turning it over about 14 times a ball game as well. By the way, the defense, they are forcing nearly 16 turnovers in the first 2 ball games so far this season. We are at the 3-minute mark in the pregame. This will wrap up our pregame, brought to you by Mossy Oak Properties. Let's step away for just 2 minutes. We'll come right back with the starting lineups, and the jump is on the way. It is the Mules and the Bulldogs. We'll be back in 90 seconds, and we'll have Mules basketball live exclusively on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network. All right, so we are back with you. It is Mules basketball. We're going to go down courtside for the official starting lineups tonight between the Mules and the Bulldogs of Notre Dame. They will introduce the Bulldogs, or I should say the Mules first, since we are the away team. We're going to go down courtside first off for the playing of our national anthem and then our starting lineups. So there is our national anthem. Now let's go back courtside for the announcements here for the starting lineups for your Poplar Bluff Mules.
For the visiting Poplar Bluff Mules, 6'5" sophomore, number 1, Markel Hurd.
Markel Hurd getting that first start.
5'11" senior, number 3, Jay Edmondson.
Jay Edmondson for the Mules.
6'4" junior, number 4, Dallas Williams.
Dallas Williams wearing number 4.
6'1" senior, number 30, Brendan Durden.
Brendan Durden averaging 19.
6'4" sophomore, number 34, Sammy Durden.
And his brother, Sammy Durden.
By William Durden.
And now we'll have the lineups for the Bulldogs.
5'10" senior, number 1, Logan Londaway.
Logan Londaway.
6' senior, number 3, Colton Johnson.
Colton Johnson.
6'4" senior, number 5, Brett Dohan.
Brett Dohan.
6' senior, number 11, Trenton Schumacher. 6'4" sophomore, number 35, Hudson Dennis. The Bulldogs are
So Hudson Dennis is going to get that start instead of Hunter Bonham. So Hudson Dennis, he is a 6'4" sophomore. Other than that, we were 10 out, or make that 9 out of 10. All right, he is Tim Hicks on the camera. I'm Frankie Castile. It is time for the first Midwest Bank tip-off. Miss Chappelle tuning in. Glad to have you alongside. Absolutely, Faith. Glad you are tuning in tonight for some high school basketball. Here we go. The jump is on. It'll belong to the Bulldogs of Notre Dame. They're going away from us. They'll be going from right to left on your radio dial and TV screen. Mules Jay Edmondson working on Johnson early in this matchup. Schumacher now kicks it out to the left wing, back outside. Schumacher taking a long two-pointer. It's going to be short rebounded by Sammy Durden. Good rebound by Durden. Here come the Mules now. They're wearing their maroon jerseys with the white trim, the white numbering. The Bulldogs wearing their white jerseys with the royal blue trim and the blue numbering. And we're going to get a turnover by Dallas Williams. And that is how this game begins here tonight. We are live at the Field House in Sikeston, Missouri. 7:19 to go here in the first half, or first quarter rather. By the way, possession arrow does favor Poplar Bluff the next time around. Mules and the Bulldogs. Schumacher gets it outside. Long three-pointer by Dohan is no good. Good job by the Mules. Boy, they were doing everything they could to get that loose ball rebound. Londaway now kicks it outside to Schumacher. Back to Londaway. Got to watch him from behind the arc. He has 2 of 5 so far this season. Dohan outside to Londaway. Right on cue. In and out, no good. Oh, good block there. Sammy Durden. Ball being tipped around. Dohan comes away with the rebound. This time the shot goes up, and of course, Markel Hurd is going to get the rebound this time. Well, I tell you what, Sammy Durden deflect that one off of Schumacher. We'll give him the credit for the block. Durden, long three, it's no good. Rebounded by Dohan. So Dohan gets the rebound. By the way, Brendan Durden on the year, 4 of 14 from behind the arc. There is a three-point basket by Schumacher, no good. Brendan Durden on the rebound. Jay Edmondson picked up by Johnson near midcourt. They're coming right toward us, going left to right on your radio dial and TV screen. Durden works it around to Williams for 3. It's no good. Ball's going to be batted around, taken by Johnson. So Johnson with the rebound. Good job by Durden out in space, and we get a quick shot there by Dohan. And the Notre Dame Bulldogs are now on the board. It is a 2-0 score. Bulldogs lead it here, 5:19 to play. Markel Hurd, long two-pointer. It's off the mark, it's no good. It is rebounded by Schumacher. Londaway now, number 1, Logan Londaway. Mules so far in the ball game, they are shooting 0 of 3 to this point. Three-pointer by Londaway is no good. It is rebounded by Markel Hurd, and here come the Mules. Dallas Williams going to go inside the paint. Pull-up jumper is no good. Rebounded by Schumacher. already here in the first quarter. Bulldogs out rebounding the Mules at 7-4. By the way, the Bulldogs already have 3 offensive rebounds so far tonight. Make sure hit that share button. Long jumper by Colton Johnson near the elbow. It is a 4-0 ball game here for the Bulldogs. Hit that share button on Facebook. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Brendan Durden again for 3. It's money. Pulls the trigger this time. Jay Edmondson with a huge assist, and now the Mules cut it down to a 1-point game. It is 4-3. Dohan in the lane, and we're going to get a bumping foul coming up on the Mules. I believe it's going to be on Dallas Williams. It'll be his first, team foul number 1.
That's his first.
And for the Mules, we will see J.R. Lathan coming in for Markel Hurd on the other end. Hudson Dennis and Logan Londaway takes a seat. Brody Harden is going to check in, as well as Hunter Bonham for the Bulldogs. And we're going to get a turnover on the Bulldogs. It'll be a turnover on Brett Dohan, stepping across that line. And now the Mules will get it right back. Big crowd watching us tonight on Facebook and on YouTube. Sammy Durden is going to be called for the travel. Took one too many steps in the lane. Mules, by the way, averaging about 14 turnovers a ball game. Mules have 2 so far tonight. The Bulldogs, they've got 1. 3:55 to go, first quarter. Mules down by 1. It's 4-3. Dohan kicks it outside, long 3. It's going to be short. Williams on the rebound as Schumacher unable to get that 3 ball. Jay Edmondson powering his way, counted, and the bucket as Edmondson in transition steps inside the paint, and he is going to shoot a 3-point play the old-fashioned way. That'll be a foul on Dohan, his first personal. Trenton Schumacher takes a seat. It is the Village Express free throw. Ryan Boswell checks in for the Bulldogs. Edmondson on the Village Express free throw. It is up and good. Mules now lead by a score of 6-4. By the way, make sure and take a snapshot of this video broadcast. Take it out to Village Express, and you'll be able to save some money on their lunch menu and their breakfast menu as well. Good job by J.R. Lathan. Boy, the Mules, there it is, J.R. Lathan with a big steal. Johnson turns it over. Durden for 3. It is off the mark. It's no good. Boy, that one was close to going in. Hunter Bonham with the rebound. Our ball game is being brought to you by First Midwest Bank, Kevin's Auto Repair, PB Realty Legacy Farm and Land Specialist, Russians Towing, and Baldwin Toyota. Big jumper by Dohan is no good. Rebounded by Harden. Now a 3-ball by the Bulldogs is no good. Sammy Durden with the rebound. Colton Johnson could not get the shot to go down. On the other end, Dallas Williams is going to go up. He will draw contact and shoot 2 more free throws presented by Village Express. Believe Bonham, it's going to be on Hunter Bonham, his first. So now Williams is going to come in to shoot the free throws. We get a 30-second timeout here called by the Bulldogs. Let's keep it here on this first timeout. Lots of things going on. 2:35 to go here in the first quarter. The Bulldogs are shooting 2 out of 18 so far. They are 18%, 0 of 6 from behind the arc. The Mules are shooting not much better right now, 2 out of 7, 29%, 1 of 4. From behind the arc. Mules, by the way, with 2 turnovers, 6 rebounds. The Bulldogs have out-rebounded the Mules right now, 9-6. Mules have 1 assist so far, and the other factor is, for the short term, the Mules have 0 on the offensive rebound category. Mules do have a 2-point lead. As for the Mules, Dallas Williams is going to go to the free throw line for 2 free throws presented by Village Express. And by the way, Williams so far this season, he is 3 out of 4 at 75%. First one is on the way for Williams. It's up and good. Mules now lead by 3, 7-4. Grandma Jackie tuning in tonight along Highway W in Poplar Bluff. Big Mules fan. Glad to have her alongside. Second one is up and it's good for Williams. He's got 2 now. Mules doubled up on the Bulldogs. They lead 8-4. Going to get a foul here on the Mules. It's going to be on J.R. Lathan, his first, team foul number 2 for the Bulldogs. That coming out is Brett Dohan. Logan Londaway checks in. Also, Colton Johnson is going to take a seat, and Hudson Dennis is back in. 2:29, 8-4. Mules up here. Mules right now on an 8-0 run, and there's another turnover. This one is against Londaway. It's going to go right back to Poplar Bluff. The Bulldogs in 2 games averaging about 11.5 turnovers a ball game. They've already got 3 so far in this matchup. Oh, good cut there by Dallas Williams. I thought he was going to take that layup, decides not to. Edmondson now going inside the paint, triple teamed, and we're going to get a whistle and a turnover on the Mules. And that'll be against Jay Edmondson. Coming in for the Mules, it'll be Sammy Durden. He will take a seat. Jay Edmondson is going to go out. Markel Hurd is also back in the ball game. Ryan Boswell is out of the ball game for the Bulldogs. Back in is Trenton Schumacher. 1:55, Mules up by 4. They're on an 8-0 run currently, 1:51 to go. Long three-pointer is off the mark. It's no good by Harden, rebounded by Hurd. And now J.R. Lathan, boy, he was a dynamite player to watch the other night. Three-pointer by Williams is off the mark. Oh, good job by Durden on the rebound. Sammy Durden kept it in play. And then Schumacher is able to come in and get the steal. Woo, what a job by Sammy Durden, able to keep that ball alive. And now it's going to go right back to the Mules as Schumacher lost it. Edmondson coming back in. And Dallas Williams is going to take a seat with 1:21 to play here in the first quarter. Bonham also taking a seat for the Bulldogs. Back in Brett Dohan. A lot of changes here in the early going in this one. 1:10 to go. Hurd is going to have it taken away by Dennis. So now Londaway bringing it down the floor, guarded by J.R. Lathan. Long three-pointer by the Bulldogs. It is good this time by Brody Harden for 3. It is now an 8-7 ball game. Mules up by 1. This one has the making of a very close contest. J.R. Lathan, and he's going to be calling for the offensive foul as he pushed off there as he was trying to drive. It's his second personal. And now we're going to see Dallas Williams back in for him. Brody Harden also going to take a seat for the Bulldogs. Londaway now going to bring it up the floor for Notre Dame. Colton Johnson back in, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul coming up. I believe it's going to be on Edmondson. It's going to be his first personal. Our ball game is presented by Ozark Legacy Partners Insurance, also being brought to you by Mossy Oak Properties, Village Express, Pizza Inn, and Barker's Towing and Auto Repair. Good move inside. Dohan, shot is coming up a little bit short, and rebound by Markel Hurd. Mules have a 1-point game. Let's see if they decide to hold this for one shot. Markel Hurd. Brendan Durden also out there for the Mules on the wing. Dallas Williams. Williams picked up by Johnson. Williams only 2 points so far in the ball game. Now he's double teamed. Got to get out of it. Now he does. He gets it back to midcourt near Edmondson. Edmondson going inside to a wide open Sammy Durden. Counted and the bucket. Another assist by Jay Edmondson as Durden goes in for the easy bucket. And that'll be on Trenton Schumacher. And now Sammy Durden on the season, just 1 of 3 on the free throw line, and he misses that one. And that'll be the end of the first quarter. We're back in 30 seconds on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network. So not much scoring there in that first quarter. It's only a 10-7 ball game right now. Mules up by 3. They did trail by 4 early in this ball game, but the Mules able to come back. And now they lead actually by 3. It is a 10-7 ball game. Our ball game here tonight is presented by our good friends at Country Road Market Subway. Also being brought to you by Christian Automotive and Tire, Eye Care Specialist, Larry Hillis Dodge, Air Solutions, Edmondson and Holt Attorneys at Law, and being brought to you by Maverick Glass, Senator Jason Bean, and being brought to you by our good friends at Ozark Total Healthcare. So now the two Durdens back on the floor. Also Markel Hurd and Jay Edmondson. On the other end, you've got Brett Dohan. Also Trenton Schumacher, Logan Londaway with a big steal. They back it out now for the Bulldogs, and they're going to reset. We're going to get a jump ball, and it's going to stay with the Bulldogs. So the Mules, after they give it up, the defense comes right back and nearly has another steal. By the way, the Mules are led by Jay Edmondson and Brendan Durden. They each have 3 points. 2 points each by Dallas Williams and by Sammy Durden on the other end. 3 points by Brody Harden off the bench, and 2 each by Colton Johnson and by Brett Dohan. We get a whistle. Going to be another jump ball. And the Mules now on the possession arrow will get it right back. And now for the Bulldogs, we will see Dohan taking his seat. Hunter Bonham will check in. Mules lead by 3, 7:21 to play here in the opening quarter. The Bulldogs shooting 20%. The Mules are shooting 33%. Good move by Williams as his shot is no good. Good job by Hurd, able to save it. And now the Mules have another opportunity here to get more points up on the board. Good job by by Brendan Durden as he gets a wide open lane. Mules now lead it 12-7. 6:51 to go in the first half. Mules up by 5 again. Their biggest lead of the ball game so far. Good job by Durden at knocking it away as Hudson Dennis tried to go outside, and Durden swats it out of bounds. The winner of this game will get the winner of the next game between Sikeston and Dexter. Good job by Poplar Bluff. By the way, some officials tonight, Lloyd Rice, also Jay Piles down there. Those guys do a phenomenal job at 6:39. Or make that 6:40, now 6:38 here to play in the first half. Mules up by 5. Our ball game presented by Ozark Total Healthcare. Senator Jason Bean and Maverick Glass going inside is no good by Dennis, rebounded by Markel Hurd. Mules right now have out-rebounded 12-9 over the Bulldogs. The Mules a couple of offensive rebounds. Dallas Williams outside, going to be taken away by Dennis. Another turnover by the Mules. That is number 8 so far in the ball game. Mules are averaging only about 12 a night. They've got 8 so far. Sammy Durden doing a great job defensively on Dennis. And now going down the lane is a foul on the Mules. I believe it's on Jay Edmondson. It is going to be. It's number 2 on him.
Jay Edmondson, that's his second.
It'll be his second personal foul. 5:53 to go here in the first half. Mules up by 5. Bulldogs going to inbound, going away from us. Londaway guarded by Edmondson. Londaway near the elbow, back outside to Schumacher. Working the ball around. Mules right now man-to-man. A three-pointer is no good. Sammy Durden, another big rebound on the miss by Colton Johnson. And there is a takeaway as Bonham is able to come right back with it. Mules throw it away. Dennis back inside at top of the key. Londaway to Schumacher in the left wing. Schumacher now to Londaway. 5:15 to go, first half. Londaway going to drive back outside to Dennis. It's no good. Rebounded by Jay Edmondson. Here comes Edmondson inside the paint. No good on the shot. And the ball is batted around. And Durden with the offensive rebound. Brendan Durden, that is. And we're going to get a turnover on Markel Hurd, and that is number 9 in the first half. Coming in is Dennis Dohan back in the ballgame for the Mules. Williams taking a seat, and Justin Briscoe coming in the ballgame for Poplar Bluff. Briscoe is a 6'4", or make that 6'5" sophomore. They've got him listed as 6'1". He is a lot taller than 6'1", let me tell you. Briscoe underneath the basket going up for the rebound. It comes down to Sammy Durden as Bonham could not get the shot to go down. Briscoe goes down low. Good job by Edmondson to Durden. His shot is no good. It is rebounded by Schumacher. Londaway crosses half court. Going inside. Good dish to Bonham. It's going to go out of bounds. Last touched, I believe, by Briscoe. It will stay with the Bulldogs. Ryan Boswell coming back in for Trenton Schumacher. One thing about Coach Brinkmeyer so far in the ballgame, he is not afraid to use those substitutions. He is getting them in and out pretty quick, keeping fresh bodies on the floor. Mules lead by 5. Going inside the paint, long three-pointer is off the mark. It's no good. Hurd again with the rebound, and now we get a whistle. And it's going to be a foul coming up on the Mules. I believe Markel Hurd. It is going to be on Hurd on the rebound attempt. We're going to see Dallas Williams coming back in for Markel Hurd on the other end. Devin Dannemuller coming in now for Hunter Bonham. Also Logan Londaway taking a seat. So Dannemuller checking in for the first time in this ball game. He is a 6'4" sophomore. Brody Harden also checking back in. Dannemuller goes inside the paint. That's good use of his body, using that 6'4" frame as Devin Dannemuller makes his presence known in about 15 seconds. Let us know what team you're going for tonight. Hopefully it's for the Mules. But if not, we're okay with that. 3:32 to go here in the first half. Edmondson looking around, gets it to Brendan Durden. He's got 5 points in the first half. A jumper is up and good. He has got 7 now here in the ball game. Good job by Jay Edmondson. Another assist for him. Mules as a team, 4 assists. Long shot taken, no good by Harden, rebounded by Dohan. Another offensive rebound, and we get a whistle and a foul coming up. That'll be the 5th offensive foul by the Bulldogs, and I believe it's on Sammy Durden, or make that Briscoe. So Briscoe going to be called for the personal foul. Briscoe will take a seat. On the other end, Colton Johnson is going to take a seat for the Bulldogs. Boy, good job by Poplar Bluff as Dohan. Oh, what a block by Markel Hurd as he is back in the game, and Hurd is making his presence known. Sammy Durden goes inside the paint, no good. Now we get a whistle, and I believe it's a jump ball. Yes, it is. And it's going to go to the Bulldogs. So now the Bulldogs, well, I tell you what, that was a great job there by the Mules a moment ago by Markel Hurd as he was able to step inside and take control and get that block. Edmondson now once again doing a good job defensively outside to Harden. Three-pointer for the Bulldogs is in and out, no good. Londaway missing the shot and gets his own rebound. Londaway missing that three-pointer and still able to come away with that rebound. And now it goes out of bounds, and now we're going to see another sub coming in for the Bulldogs. Back in the ball game is Colton Johnson. And let's get a timeout here. This one, we will step away. A 30-second timeout. Mules lead 14-9 on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Pizza Inn wants to know, what's your favorite slice? Is it our classic Supreme and all its warm, cheesy goodness? Or maybe it's the Meaty Max with its perfect combination of flavors and textures. And don't forget the fan favorite chocolate chip cookie dessert pizza, a mouth-watering masterpiece. Your Poplar Bluff Pizza Inn serves up all your favorites, so no matter what slice you crave, Pizza Inn will satisfy. Pizza Inn, where family and flavor meet.
Both teams not starting out quite the way they want to from the field. So, our ball game being brought to you by Edmondson and Holt Attorneys at Law. Air Solutions also being brought to you by Larry Hillis Dodge, Eye Care Specialist, and Christian Automotive and Tire. So the Bulldogs now, the Mules rather, going inside. Brendan Durden is going to lose it as he was going up. Ball still on the floor, and now we're going to get a whistle and a foul coming up, I believe, on Durden. It is going to be a foul on Durden, and that is team foul number 4 here in the quarter. Dohan will stay in the ball game. Coming up on the 2-minute warning, it is a 14-9 ball game for the Mules. Mules trying to stay with this lead. Good job by Williams, but there's a nice jumper by Brett Dohan. And that is 2 points for the Bulldogs. It is now back down to a 3-point game. 14-11. Durden splits the defense and goes up and scores. He's got 9. Boy, good shot by Brendan Durden. He's got 9 of the team's 16. Make sure, let us know where you're watching from tonight. More importantly, what team you're going for. Nice crowd watching us on social media tonight. Dohan goes up, backs over Markel Hurd. He's got 2 more points. He's got 6 in the first half. 1 minute to go. Briscoe, or make that Edmondson rather, back in. Under a minute to play in the first half. Brendan Durden works it over to Edmondson. Going, no, he's going to lose his footing and a turnover. He lost his footing. The Bulldogs have 4 turnovers in the first half. Meanwhile, the Mules have 11 so far. And that has been a big issue so far in the first half. It has been the turnover battle right now for the Mules. And we're going to get a whistle and a foul coming up. I believe it's going to be on the Bulldogs.
Foul on the Bulldogs, Hunter Bonham.
Yep, going to be on Hunter Bonham, going to be his second. There's a turnover for the Bulldogs. It'll go right back to the Mules. A lot of folks watching here tonight. Glad to have you alongside, whether it's Facebook or YouTube. 30 seconds. Mules lead by 3. It is 16-13. 3-pointer by Dallas Williams. Sinks it in. He's got 5 points on the night. Boy, that's a big shot for Mr. Williams. Mules needed that one. 3 on the other end by the Bulldogs is no good by Schumacher. Rebounded by Durden. Here comes Brendan Durden inside the paint. They're going to wave the shot off as he was fouled driving the lane with 2.9 seconds left. They say the foul was on the floor. And I believe it's going to be on Brody Harden, I believe. Yes, it is. No, they're going to call that one on Hunter Bonham, number 12 instead. And that'll be his 3rd. Durden on the inbound. It is no good. And that is how this quarter will come to a close. Mules leading it by 6. It is a 19-13 ball game. We have reached halftime. Let's pause 10 seconds real fast for station identification. You're watching and listening to Mules basketball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network. Doing a legal ID on the radio side of things here real quickly before we go to commercial break. It is 6:02. I'm Frankie Castile. Somewhere in the crowd is Tim Hicks. Let's pause 2 minutes now for commercial timeout. We'll come right back with your halftime. It's all being brought to you by PB Realty Legacy Farm and Land Specialist. We're back in 2 minutes on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Baldwin Toyota presents the benefits of owning a Toyota. Fuel efficiency. Toyota pioneered hybrid technology combining gasoline and electric power for optimal fuel economy. Reliability. Toyota vehicles are known for their durability and longevity, reducing the risk of costly repairs. A strong resale value. Toyota owners are more likely to fetch a higher price compared to similar models from other brands. Experience these benefits and more firsthand at Baldwin Toyota.
Barker's Towing and Auto Repair. As the name suggests, Barker's does more than just towing.
Here at Barker's, we offer a complete line of automotive services, including tires, brakes, alignments, maintenance, and repair.
And for our car enthusiasts, you'll enjoy our speed shop for quality performance parts.
We are locally owned and look forward to earning your business.
And for those times that you need a tow, Barker's Towing is available 24/7 for all of your towing and auto recovery needs.
It's Barker's by request, 573-785-7811.
Here at Mossy Oak Properties Mozark Realty, our clients come first. Our team of full-time agents go the extra mile to make sure you are satisfied. At a glance, we are outdoorsmen, but if you dig deeper, you will find real estate experts ready to help you write the next chapter of your life. Contact any of the full-time agents of Mozark Realty at 712-2252 or online at mozark.com.
Tired of wondering where your meat comes from? Country Road Market has the answer. We're bringing the farm straight to your table. From fresh cuts to custom processing, we do it all. Bring us your deer, hog, or cattle, and let our expert butchers work their magic. Skip the grocery store and support your local farmers. Country Road Market is located at 558 County Road 507, just off Highway KK in Wapapillo.
Our ball game here tonight proudly presented by our good friends at Subway, Country Road Market, Barker's Towing and Auto Repair. Also being brought to you by Pizza Inn, Village Express, Poplar Bluff Monument Works, Mossy Oak Properties. Also being brought to you by Ozark Legacy Partners Insurance, Baldwin Toyota, Russians Towing, Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers, Kevin's Auto Repair, First Midwest Bank, and of course our halftime sponsor, PB Realty Legacy Farm and Land Specialist. Well, the Mules outscored the Bulldogs 10-7 in that first quarter and then 9-6 in the second quarter with a 6-point game of 19-13. The Bulldogs are shooting 6 out of 27 thus far. They are 22%. They have yet to be at the free throw line at this point. They are 1 of 13 from behind the arc. 13 rebounds, 6 of them offensive rebounds. They've got 3 assists, 5 steals, and 5 turnovers. They are led by Brett Dohan. He's got 6 points overall. He had 2 in the first and 4 in the second. 3 points by Brody Harden coming in that first quarter, and then 2 points by Colton Johnson in the first quarter, and 2 points by Devin Dannenmuller that took place in the second quarter. By the way, bench production for the Bulldogs is 5-0 at halftime. For the Mules, they are shooting 39% overall. They are 7 of 18. They are 2 out of 7 from behind the arc and 3 out of 4 on the free throw line. They've got 4 first-half assists, 18 rebounds, but only 3 of them are offensive rebounds. They've got 2 block shots, 1 steal, but they also have 11 turnovers overall in this ball game. Mules are led by Brendan Durden. He's got 9 points. He had 3 in the first quarter, 6 in the second quarter. 5 points by Dallas Williams, 2 in the first, 3 in the second, and then 3 points in the first quarter by Jay Evanson, 2 in the first quarter by Sammy Durden. However, on Sammy Durden, he's already got 6 rebounds so far in the first half. Other high rebounders for the Mules, Markel Hurd, he's not got a point yet. He does have 7 rebounds to his name. Edmondson has 4 assists in the first half so far. Edmondson coming in at this ball game, he is averaging 6.5 assists per game. He is already sitting at 4. And then, of course, Brendan Durden has 3 rebounds. And Sammy Durden, he's got 6 rebounds as well. So that is the first half scoring here for the Mules and the Bulldogs. And, of course, coming up next, we're going to get you ready for the second half. Can the Mules hold on? The Mules win tonight. They will punch their ticket to the semifinals to take on either Sikeston or Dexter. That game would be Thursday night, 6 p.m. right here from the Fieldhouse. But before we get to that, Mules have got to come away with a win tonight. And they are just 16 minutes away from making that happen. You've been listening and watching to the Halftime Report being brought to you by PB Realty Legacy Farm and Land Specialist. We're back in 2 minutes on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
We know that having a strong defense is key to winning any game, and that's why you need Edmondson and Holt, attorneys at law, by your side. Just like the Mules face challenges with grit and determination, Edmondson and Holt will handle your legal matters with that same drive and commitment. From complex cases to straightforward advice, Edmondson and Holt is the strong local defense you need. For a free consultation, call Edmondson and Holt at 573-785-0127.
Attention farmers. Kevin's Auto Repair and Tire is running a farm special on tractor tires until the end of the year. Yes, you heard that correctly. Until the end of the year, Kevin's Auto Repair and Tire carries all the big names you know and trust. They also offer all sizes. No matter what size tractor you have, they can get you taken care of. For all of your tractor tire needs, call Kevin's Auto Repair and Tire at 573-840-5053 and ask for Shannon Bradley. That's 573-840-5053.
Insurance decisions shouldn't be a shot in the dark. With expert advice, personalized service, and a wide range of carriers, Ozark Legacy Insurance Partners should be your first choice. We're not just experienced agents. We're your partners. We offer a wide range of carriers for tailored coverage and better rates. So expect a handshake, a chat, and solutions that fit like a well-tailored suit. For auto, home, business, life, health, and even Medicare, make Ozark Legacy Insurance Partners your first choice for insurance. It's our family protecting your family.
Poplar Bluff Monument Works is dedicated to care, compassion, and community. For more than 50 years and passed down through generations, Poplar Bluff Monument Works has been an important piece of our community, standing with us in our most difficult moments while we grieve the loss of a loved one. Poplar Bluff Monument Works is there to guide you through the entire process. From vision and design concepts to the expertly etched stone monument that beautifully reflects your loved one's life. Poplar Bluff Monument Works, memories carved in stone.
And we are back here as we get ready for the second half. The Mules right now find themselves on top by a score of 19-13. Our ball game is presented by our good friends at First Midwest Bank. Also being brought to you by Kevin's Auto Repair, PB Realty, Legacy Farm and Land Specialist, Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers. Also being brought to you by Russians Towing, Baldwin Toyota, Ozark Legacy Insurance Partners, Mossy Oak Properties, and being brought to you by our good friends at Poplar Bluff Monument Works and Village Express, our Mules sponsors for this 2024-25 basketball season. Same starting 5 on both ends for the Mules. They've got Markel Hurd, also Brendan and Sammy Durden, Dallas Williams, Jay Edmondson. For the Bulldogs, Logan Londaway, Colton Johnson, Brett Dohan, Trenton Schumacher, and Hudson Dennis. Mules have the ball. They're going away from us this half. They're going right to left on your radio dials and TV screen. Markel Hurd thought about taking a three-pointer. Now he will. Going to be off the mark. Good rebound by Sammy Durden, who is fouled on the rebound attempt. He's got 7 rebounds here in the ball game at this point. It'll be a foul coming up on the Bulldogs. Miss Chappelle says, let's go Poplar Bluff. Brett Dohan picking up his second foul on the inbound. Durden, it rims in and out, no good. Rebounded by Brett Dohan. Remember, we are live on Facebook and on YouTube. Coach McLevain tuning in, one of the assistant coaches for Poplar Bluff. A long three-pointer is no good by Johnson. It's being batted around, rebounded by Sammy Durden. He's got 8 rebounds here in the game so far. Jay Edmondson is going to go up and draw the contact. We miss you here, Coach McLevain. Glad you're tuning in tonight, my friend. Be a first foul on Hudson Dennis. Already 2 team fouls here in the quarter. Jay Edmondson is going to go to the free throw line for Village Express free throws. First one is no good for Jay Edmondson. Edmondson for the season at 75%, 3 out of 4 on the young season. Second one is up. It is good, and now the Mules increase their lead to 7. Morgan McIntosh is tuning in. Boy, I tell you what, Morgan, you guys helping out with our lighted Christmas parade. We appreciate the chamber in downtown Poplar Bluff. I got to tell you, though, Morgan, on Friday night last week, I was not freezing. I know you were freezing. Tim was freezing. I was in a warm gym. Dallas Williams picking up the foul, his second personal foul. 6:35 to go here in the third quarter. 3 ball is good by Colton Johnson. Boy, we saw that one on the inbound. That one looked good all the way through. 20-16. It's a 4-point game again. Edmondson having some trouble getting it across. Now he does. Tell you what, Jeremy Brinkmeyer for the Bulldogs has his bench on fire right now. Edmondson back out to Durden for the 3. It's no good. Sammy Durden comes in with the offensive rebound. Boy, tonight is Sammy Durden's night when it comes to the offensive rebounds. 22-16. Dennis goes coast to coast. He puts up 2 more points. It is now a 22-18 ball game. The score here is wrong. Now they got it right, 22-18. Durden is going to lose it, and a turnover as Schumacher is able to get it right back. It's a 4-point game again. Londaway going inside the Dohan, inside the paint. It is good. It is now a 2-point game. Well, Morgan, you're right. Great parade. And Tim is the best. I taught him everything he knows, Morgan. No, I'm kidding. I haven't taught him anything. Timeout called by Bluff. It is a full timeout. We'll step away 30 seconds. Mules lead by 2 on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers is a 3rd-generation family-owned jewelry and repair store who have served the Poplar Bluff community for over 60 years.
Our family has always worked hard to provide the finest jewelry creations and service imaginable.
Our ball game here tonight proudly presented by Village Express Pizza Inn. Also being brought to you by Barker's Towing and Auto Repair. Country Road Market, Subway, Christian Automotive and Tire, Eye Care Specialist, Larry Hillis Dodge, Air Solutions, Edmondson and Holt Attorneys at Law, Maverick Glass, Senator Jason Bean, and Ozark Total Healthcare. Mules in this quarter have been outscored 7-3. The Bulldogs in this half is shooting 3 out of 4, 75%. The Mules are shooting 1 of 4, 25% in this half alone. Mules going to inbound. 5:16 to go here in the third. Mules lead by 2 points. Durden now gets it over to Hurd. Hurd now thinking about going inside, gets it to Brendan Durden. Good job getting it to Williams. Williams, and they're going to wave it off, and a travel is going to be called on Dallas Williams, and that is the team's 13th turnover of this ball game. Boy, I tell you what, Tim, you'll never guess who's watching us right now on Facebook. You may know this name, Dylan Bratcher, of course. We're going to miss him come baseball season. Glad to have him alongside tonight for the ride. Mules up deuce now. Dohan trying to go inside. Boy, I tell you what, good job by Dallas Williams, who got the steal, then the foul on the other end. Logan Londaway picks up the foul. Dallas Williams and Sammy Durden, those two guys playing some hard-nosed defense. Williams, a three ball is no good. Rebounded, hits the front end. Rebounded by the Bulldogs. Going inside is Hunter Bonham. Boy, good job by Brendan Durden there and Sammy Durden. Mules now have a chance to add more to their lead. It's a 2-point ball game right now. Markel Hurd over to Edmondson, going inside to Sammy Durden. Off the backboard, it's good. Sammy Durden with 6 points in the ball game. And that's what the Mules needed right there to kind of get their ways back. It is a 4-point game again, under 4 to play here in the third quarter. Bonham going inside. Dohan guarded by Durden, and a foul going to be called on Sammy Durden as Dohan is able to get the shot, and he scores it up.
Foul on the Mules, Sammy Durden. That's his first.
Sammy Durden picks up his first personal foul. It'll be a 3-point play the old-fashioned way.
Brett Dohan on the line for the Bulldogs.
Dohan is on the line. Danny Mueller also checks back in for the Bulldogs, as does Brody Harden. Dohan can make this a 1-point game, and it hits the front end, and Markel Hurd is going to come up with the loose ball rebound. Good job there by the Mules defensively. Three-pointer is coming up. It's no good for the Mules. Big rebound by Williams. And now Brendan Durden going to back it out. Resets. Durden long two-pointer. Nothing but net. He's got 11 here in the ball game. Mules once again leading it by 4. It is a 26-22 ball game. J.R. Lathan in for the Mules as well. Mules right now, they've got their work cut out for them. We're going to get a whistle and a foul coming up on Markel Hurd, I believe. It is going to be on Hurd, and that's number 2 on him. 3:04 to go. A 2-shot foul coming for Brett Dohan. Dohan, he is 0 for 1 so far tonight. He is 5 of 9 on the season at this point. First one is on the way. It is no good. He has missed 2 straight. Now coming in, Logan Londaway will come in for Colton Johnson. Dohan, 10 points in the contest. 3:08 to go here in the third quarter. Mules lead at 26-22. Second free throw coming up here for Mr. Dohan. Dohan at the free throw line. It is up and it's good. It is now a 3-point game. Jay Edmondson back in the ball game for Markel Hurd. So Johnson, or make that Hurd rather, going to come out of the ball game for the time being. Now the Mules going to inbound. Brendan Durden slows up the pace a little bit. 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Edmondson works it around to Williams. Williams for 3, it's no good. Good job by Jay Edmondson. Instead, Durden is not able to knock it down. Durden tried a 3-pointer, no good, and here comes the Bulldogs. Dohan guarded by Edmondson, outside to Harden for 3, it's no good. What a rebound by Sammy Durden. Boy, this kid is a rebounding machine tonight. Outside, J.R. Lathan for three. It's no good. So Lathan could not get the shot to go down. Sammy Durden on the night, 10 rebounds. He's got 3 offensive, and there's a big steal by Durden. Durden goes in, cannot make the shot. Durden had a layup and could not make it. Dohan gets the rebound. And boy, those are the kind of plays, if you're the players that are doing them, drives you crazy. He thought he was going to get contact on the way up, and there's a three by Dohan. Makes him pay, and now we are tied at 26. It's amazing how momentum can change in a blink of an eye. Mules having all kinds of trouble right now. Mules shooting 33%. Edmondson going to Durden. Durden trying to go inside. He is blocked, or I should say fouled rather, by Schumacher, I believe. And that'll be his second personal foul for the Bulldogs.
That's his second.
So second foul coming back in for the Mules. Markel Hurd is going to come in. And I believe, nope, Markel Hurd will stay in for the time being. Brett Dohan is going to check out. Hudson Dennis comes in. Now Markel Hurd comes in the ball game. Durden going to take a seat, 11 points, 3 rebounds. Boy, this one is a big possession for the Mules. We are tied at 26 apiece. Coach Mathis is tuning in. Of course, he is coaching softball and baseball. Glad to have him alongside. Durden with that right hand. Sammy Durden, that is. Gives the Mules a 2-point lead. A foul coming up on J.R. Lathan, and that is number 3 on the inbound. Mules have 4 team fouls. Another foul either way, and both teams are going to be in the bonus. Brody Harden will take a seat. Colton Johnson comes back in for the Bulldogs. And we're going to get a timeout called here by the Bulldogs. They'll have 3 timeouts remaining, each team with 3 timeouts. It is a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here. By the way, Preston Moore down there helping the Mules right now on the coaching staff. Glad to see him down there. The Mules, or I should say the Bulldogs rather, they are shooting 32% right now. 3 of 17 from behind the arc, 1 of 3 on the free throw line, 8 turnovers, 18 rebounds. The Mules have 25 rebounds. They are shooting 35%. They are 2 of 15 from behind the arc and 4 out of 6 on the free throw line. The big number, 13, and that is 13 turnovers right now for the Mules. That is the big number to follow right now. Each team with 3 timeouts remaining in the ball game. We've got 1:07 to play here in the third quarter. Mules here lead by 2 rather. Dennis, he's got a couple of points on the night. Colton Johnson going down. The running floater is no good. And look who got the rebound again. You betcha, Sammy Durden. That is rebound number 11 in this ball game. That is a career high for that young man. He is having a night tonight rebounding, and a foul, offensive foul on Dallas Williams. They're going to call that every time. He went to penetrate and lowered that shoulder when he did. The ref was right there ready to make that call. 37 seconds here in the third, a 2-point game. This one very low scoring through 3 quarters. 25 seconds and counting as the Mules right now Three fouls on Dallas Williams. Colton Johnson double teamed outside to Londaway with 6 seconds. Good defense by Jay Edmondson at 3 seconds. Londaway double teamed. Dohan took a long 2-point back in 60 seconds. Mules right now lead by 2 on the Southeast side and
including mobile repair service.
Imagine playing sports, reading, or driving without needing contact lenses or glasses.
At Air Solutions, your home's comfort matters. And for many years, Air Solutions has been the area's trusted local name for heating and cooling. Their unmatched expertise keep your home. Air Solutions' skilled professionals are ready to serve you, and they always respect your time and hard-earned money. For reliable and honest service, trust Air Solutions in Poplar Bluff, 573-840-0844.
All right, so here we go in the fourth and final quarter. The Mules right now leading Brett Dohan, Hudson Dennis. So now the Bulldogs with it as we begin at this fourth and final quarter. Mules have everybody on the floor except for Dallas Williams right now in for Dohan. He's got 16 points, and you know what? We are tied again at 28. 28-28 now. Mules do not need to panic. A lot of ball game left. Markel Hurd, a very good ball handler for the Mules. That's what the Mules need right now. They need points and they need stops on the other end. Good backdoor cut to Brendan Durden by Sammy Durden. Brendan now guarded out. It's on the night. Senior for Poplar Bluff. Dennis guarded by Briscoe. Inside the paint, Durden goes in, and we'll get a jump ball. It's going to go to Poplar Bluff. So Durden reaches in on the 6'4" sophomore and takes it away. We're going to see Dallas Williams coming in for Justin Briscoe. That could wind up being the play of the night. It is 28. That is not correct. It is 30-28. 6:42. They've ran a couple of seconds off the clock as well. Durden with 13 points. They have not put up that last shot by Durden. It's 30-28. Mules leading once again by 2. I'm not sure exactly what the holdup is at midcourt. Nevertheless, 6:40 to go here in the ball game. It is a 30-28 score. Your score on screen is correct. The score here in the field house, not so. And Holt Attorneys at Law. Air Solutions also being brought to you by Larry Hillis Dodge, Eye Care Specialist. Also Christian Automotive and Tire, Subway, and Country Road Market. So an official's timeout. We have a moment. Tomorrow morning at 7:05 live on 93.3 FM, 9:30 a.m. We're going to be giving away not 100, not 200, but somebody could win $300, and it could be you. Here's how to play. Be listening. We're going to give you a phone number to call. If you're the right caller, if you know the right answer to our Christmas-themed trivia question, you'll win. Here's a little hint for you. I may get in trouble for doing this, but here's the hint. Tomorrow morning, we're talking about a particular Christmas movie. All right, so there you go. That is the only hint I can give. All right, now the scoreboard is set. 6:45 to go in the ball game. Mules lead by 2. It is a 30-28 ball game. Edmondson gets the inbound from Brendan Durden. Jay Edmondson crosses half court, picked up by Londaway. Edmondson looking down, going to be taken away by Londaway. A turnover on the Mules. And now the Bulldogs can tie or take the lead. A 3-ball rebound, and we are tied again at 30. 6:12 to go here in the ball game. Edmondson Mules are going to slow it up a little bit. Markel Hurd was wide open, but Sammy Durden goes in, and he'll draw the contact. He'll shoot 2 free throws coming up, and that'll be the 3rd foul on Brett Dohan.
That's his 3rd.
Mules at the free throw line. 4 out of 6 is the first one. He'll get another. Coming in for Hudson Dennis is Hunter Bonham wearing number 12. Sammy Durden, 8 points on the night. And he missed them both. A rare miss of 2 free throws by Sammy Durden. Coach Durden wants some help by the officials, thinking that it was tipped by Notre Dame. Not going to win that argument. So Bulldogs with it. Notre Dame double teamed in the corner. Good job by the Bulldogs to break it. 30-30 score. Dohan near the free throw line knocks it down. And the Mules, they trail by 2. Mules do not need to rush this. Williams, he'll take a long just a little bit. Mules only down by 2. A lot of time left. Three-pointer deficit on the night by the Mules. Edmondson tries to go. And I'm not sure who's coming out for the Mules. I believe it's going to be Jay Edmondson. So time left in the ball game, and once again the scoreboard has done it again here in the field house. They've given the 10 right now with the scoreboard. So to end Village Express by Russians Towing, Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers, PB Realty, First Midwest Bank. So the scoreboard is yet to be. So if you're watching us, it's not us, it is the internet here in the building. So hopefully that we see downstairs. I don't know if it has something to do with it or not, but so we're going to step away for 30 seconds and come here on the video side. Seconds, it's a 35-30 ball game, or that you see on your screen listening on the radio. We are correct, or if that is part of the issue right now. So while we're doing that, Sammy Durden, he is having points by Dallas Williams at 3 rebounds and 4 points by Jay. On the other side of things, looking at the Bulldog side, Brett Dohan at 35 points. He has 20 of them. Also really drops off. 2 points each by, or make that 3 point by Devin Dannenmuller. That is the scoring breakdown for both teams. Well, we still have the crew working on the scoreboard right now. So 5 minutes and about 23 seconds to go in the ball game. Mules down by 5 on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Hey Mules fans, hungry for a deal? Head game or celebrating a win, Subway has you covered. Don't forget to ask about our team deals and kits.
Refresh and refuel at Village Express. A grab-and-go game day meal for cheap. Wings and 2 sides for just $5.99. Village Express.
Russian Towing and Automotive is here to help. A cracked windshield or Russian's Towing offers comprehensive auto repairs, on-site windshield repairs, and full windshield replacements. Whether it's a cracked windshield, an oil change, unexpected car trouble, or you need a tow, it's Russians to the rescue at 573-785-6349.
So still working on the lead by 5 points. Time is correct at 5:03 according to Brian Rosner. So 5:03. So they're just having an issue with the scoreboard right now, and they turned it off again. Now they have reset it again. Now it goes back off, and that's been kind of the flavor of the night to this point, is they've had all kinds of issues with that pesky score. It is back, so that is good news. Our scoreboard, you see, is correct. 3 timeouts apiece by each team. Although I'll be honest, I wish that 35 was on our side. I know Coach Brinkmeyer getting his whole team off the bench. And Coach Durden is kind of in awe. So, Tim, if you don't mind, are we still good on the time? We come back. They'll get some of this fixed up. We'll be back. You're watching and listening to Mules Basketball. 5:03 is the time in the third on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Pizza AB, it's the Meaty Max with its perfect combination of flavors and textures. And don't forget the fan favorite chocolate chip cookie dessert pizza. A mouth-watering Pizza Inn, where family and flavor meet.
Baldwin Toyota presents the optimal fuel economy. For life's strong resale value, Toyota owners are more likely to fetch a higher price compared to similar models from other brands. Experience these benefits and more.
More than just towing.
Here at Barker's, we offer a complete line of automotive service
Performance parts.
We are locally owned and look forward to earning your business.
And for those times,
73785-7811.
Our team of full-time agents go the extra mile to write the next chapter of your life. Contact any of the full-time agents of Mozark Realty at 712.
Answer. We're bringing the farm straight to your table. From fresh cuts to custom, skip the grocery store and support your local farmers.
They had to
Country Road
reset the entire scoreboard. Have to do, but they had to start from square one. They've had to restart everything as soon as we get started, and as soon as they let the teams warm up a little bit. Not in your favor because you were in the lead going in. Should be good to go now, so they're having everybody kind of get ready as we get ready to get back into it. No, we've had some internet issues. I'm not sure if we still have those internet issues on Facebook and on YouTube. I'm not sure what Tim is doing over there. I'm working just fine on the radio side, but this is what we've got. And here we go. It is Mules basketball play. Let's see if the Mules can benefit from actually. Durden, just like that, goes up. Count it. Mules now have cut this thing down. Is it on Bonham?
Just a reminder, Portageville represents.
Correct, it says Portageville and Woodland, and that is because the Mules are right back in the contest. Touched by the Bulldogs. Could end up hurting the Bulldogs. It is tipped into the hands of Logan Londaway. Three-pointer and a foul coming up on Bonham, and that's going to be number 4 on Bonham. And now we're going to see Williams coming in. Score to Sammy Durden. They're going to wave it off. Devin Dannenmuller, that's his first personal. On the inbound and cannot get the shot to go down. We're going to get a whistle and a foul coming up on team foul number 1. Pulling all the way around. It's no good by Markel Hurd. A little bit. Dallas 37-35 the score. They're going to call the technical foul on Durden as he hung up on the rim.
That's his second personal.
A tie ball game.
Johnson will shoot the technical free throws for Notre.
Durden is going to be called for the technical foul. On the radio, we had a technical. They said he hung on the rim. It is a full timeout called by the Bulldogs. So we'll see. Let's go to a quick break.
Having a strong defense is key to winning. And Holt will handle your legal matters with that same drive and commitment. From complex cases to straightforward advice, Edmondson and Holt is the strong.
All right, so for the Mules, are up by a point. Brett Dohan gets it to Schumacher. Now Londaway doing a good job trying to keep his team in this ball game. Coming up on 90 seconds, wide open. Timeout, Poplar Bluff. Let's step away.
Attention farmers. Kevin's Auto Repair and Tire is running a farm special on tractor tires until the end of the year. Yes, you heard that correctly. Until the end of the year, Kevin's Auto Repair and Tire, for all of your tractor tire needs, call Kevin's Auto Repair and Tire at 573-840-5053 and ask for Shannon Bradley. That's 573-840-5053.
So now for the Mules, as they bring it up the floor, Poplar Bluff now coming up on 1:10 to go here in the ball game. And now make that Durden now. Mules down. And now we're going to get a whistle and a foul coming up. I believe it's on Jay Edmondson.
Foul on the Mules, Jay Edmondson.
It's his third on the radio for the time being. That is good news. I have no idea whether or not we are on Facebook or YouTube. I don't know. I can't see Tim, so we're going to have to assume that we are, but we may not be. I don't know. Their internet services now. It is imperative the Mules get a stop right now. J.R. Lathan, Londaway going to get fouled. J.R. Lathan picks up foul number 4, and now the Mules are out of fouls to give for the remainder of this half.
Team foul number 4.
Mules are out of fouls to give the remainder of this half, or this quarter rather, I should say. Next foul will put the Bulldogs on the free throw line. Dohan. And we're going to get a whistle and a timeout called. We're going to stay here. We've taken a lot of commercial breaks, so let's stay here on this one. 32.1 seconds remaining in the ball game. Timeout by the Bulldogs. They've got 1 timeout left. Mules have 2. Mules are down by 1. They have. Here's the way this is going to work if the Mules are unable to get the win tonight. If they cannot pull the win, not get the win tonight. And that is, at this point, it is a big if. Mules are down by 1 point. 32.1 seconds is all that remains in this ball game. Mules went for a steal. J.R. Lathan is going to be called for the foul, and J.R. Lathan has just fouled out in this ball game.
That's his 5th person.
So J.R. Lathan, he has fouled out with no points. He has played about 9 minutes. Edmondson are line tonight. It is 30.4 seconds remaining. First one is up, he knocks it down. It is a 2-point game again. Is up and he makes them both. He's got 11. Mules do not need a 3. They just need to get a quick shot here. They've got plenty of timeouts. Williams driving the lane. Durden for the game tying 3. So the Bulldogs are going to end up and come away with the. And what do we have here? A timeout called. Last timeout by the Bulldogs. It is a full timeout. Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Refresh and refuel at Village Express, your ultimate fuel partner. Fill up on $30 or more in fuel and get a free fountain drink. Show your school spirit and wear a Poplar Bluff Mules shirt and get an exclusive grab-and-go game day meal for cheap. Wings and 2 sides for just $5.99. Village Express is located on the corner of PP Highway and West Boulevard. Your official fuel partner for every Poplar Bluff game.
So 15.4 seconds is all that remains. It got the ball well tonight. Notre Dame 36%, the Mules 37%. The Mules, though, with 15 turnovers in the ball game. Mules have got to get a steal here. 15.4 seconds. They're able to inbound the ball. And now they call the foul on with 12.5 seconds. Believe it's going to be on Hurd.
Foul on the Mules, Markel Hurd.
It is going to be on Hurd. He's got 4 now.
Brett Dohan.
Dohan is 1 of 3 on the free throw line here. Doesn't necessarily ice it. He misses that one. If he makes this one, it puts a lot of pressure. Dannenmuller is back in the ball game. That big 6'4" sophomore. Second free throw knocks it down. It is now a 4-point game. Mules got to go with 10 seconds. Mules, they need a big bucket right now. Durden, Mules fall tonight. 41-37. That means the Mules are back here tomorrow night at 6 p.m. and they will take on either Kennett or they'll take on Charleston. And so will either Kennett and Poplar Bluff. The Mules tonight unable to get the win. They cut it down. They actually tied the ball game, but then the Mules were called for a technical foul. Not get the win tonight. They go on to lose. A final score of 41-37, and we will not know who we face coming up until 8:30. That means we'll have to wait and see exactly what happens. Talk to one of our coaches or not. I don't know if Coach Aaron Duncan is coming this direction, so we'll just assume he is not coming tonight. And with that being said, Sikeston and Dexter, they've got next here tonight for the Mules, 36% shooting-wise. Mules were 15 out of 42. They were 5 out of 9 on the free throw line. And they are 5 of 9 free throw wise, 27 rebounds overall, 7 assists, 15 turnovers, 6 steals, and 2 block shots. Mules tonight, let's go ahead and get you to the overall scoring for the Mules right now. As Poplar Bluff falls tonight by 4, added 8 points overall with 12 rebounds. He was 2 points away from a double-double. 7 points now by Dallas Williams, 3 rebounds and 4 points by Jay Edmondson, 5 assists and 1 rebound. That is the final score, final scoring numbers for Poplar Bluff, as the Mules currently lose tonight by a final score of out tonight. That is when pretty much all of our internet issues, Realty Legacy Farm and Land Specialists, Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers, and being brought to you by our good friends at Russians Towing, Baldwin Toyota, Ozark Legacy Insurance Partners, Mossy Oak Properties, Poplar Bluff Monument Works, also being brought to you by Village Express, our good friends at Pizza Inn Tire, and being brought to you by our good friends at Eye Care Specialists, Larry Hillis Dodge, Air Solutions, Edmondson and Holt Attorneys at Law, Maverick Glass, Senator Jason Bean, and Ozark Total Healthcare. For Tim Hicks, I'm Frankie Castile. We're saying so long tonight as the Mules fall 41-37 out the side.